students, greeting to all. Welcome to the channel. Today we will be discussing MCQs of Chapter 1, Class 11, some basic concepts of chemistry. This is a part 2 from the same chapter, and the topics that we will be discussing in this particular video will be mole concept, mass percentage, and empirical formula. So let's start. The first question says that the number of molecules in 18 milligrams of water in terms of Avogadro number, that is represented by Na. So before doing the question, we should know the molecular weight of water plus 16 is nothing, 18 grams. We know the relationship, that is 1 mole of water is equal to Avogadro number, which is equal to its molecular weight, that is 18 grams. Now we have to calculate in 18 milligrams. Now we know that 1 gram is equal to 1000 milligrams, which can be written as 10 raised to power 3 milligrams. So we will convert this gram into milligrams, that is 18 into 10 raised to power 3 milligrams of water comes out to be Avogadro number. We are taking these two relationships. We require the number of molecules in 18 milligrams. So we will take this particular 10 raised to power 3 to the other side, and this can be written as Na upon 10 raised to power 3 is equal to 18 milligrams of water, and this particular can be written as Na into 10 raised to power minus 3 molecules. So the particular answer is A part. The second question is, if 1 milligram of water contains 20 drops, then the number of molecules in 1 drop of water is. Now, this question is quite confusing. So, if you do not understand from where you have to start, the first step that you need to write is the relationship of the mole concept. So, in a mole concept, we have this particular relationship. Each and every question can be sorted by this particular relationship. In the question, it has been given number of molecules and ml. So we will start with Avogadro number or number of molecules of water and 22.4 liters of water. So 22.4 liters of water can be written as into 1000 ml, which can be written as 22400 ml of water, which is equal to Na, because we are taking the second and the fourth relationship. Now question says 1 ml of the water. So we will make 1 here, 1 ml of water, and take the 2240 ml to other side. Now it says that 1 ml of the water contains 20 drops. So this 1 ml is nothing but equal to 20 drops of water, Na by 22400 molecules. So to calculate the number of molecules in 1 drop, we have to take 20 to the other side, and the answer is Na upon 2244 into 20 molecules of water. After calculating and putting the value of Na, we get the answer 1.344 into 10 raised to power 18 molecules. So the answer is C part. The third question says that in which case the number of molecules of water is maximum. So by using the mole concept, we have to find the number of molecules in all the given options and see in which of the options we have the maximum number of molecules. The first part is 0.00224 liters of water vapor at STP or 1 atmosphere and 273 Kelvin. We know the relation 1 mole is equal to 22.4 liters of water vapor. 1 liter will be 1 upon 22.4 moles. 0.00224 liters of water vapor will be equal to 1 upon 22.4 into 0.00224 moles. We will get 10 raised to power minus 3 moles. We do not have to leave our answer in moles. We have to calculate the number of molecules. We also know that 1 mole is equal to Avogadro number, and we have to leave the answer in Avogadro number. So 10 raised to power minus 3 moles is equal to 10 raised to power minus 3 into Avogadro number. So the number of molecules in the first part is this. Now we will calculate the number of molecules in 0.18 grams of water. We know that 1 mole is equal to molecular weight, so we can directly write 18 grams of water. 1 gram of water will be written as 1 upon में 18 moles, and we have to calculate the number of moles in 0.18 grams. So we can write 0.18 grams of water will be equal to 1 upon में 18 into 0.18, get 10 raised to the power minus 2 moles, and again we know 1 mole is equal to Avogadro number or number of molecules. So 10 raised to the power minus 2 moles will be equal to 10 raised to the power minus 2 Na. Now we will calculate the number of molecules in third option, that is 18 ml of water. We know that the density of water is 1 gram per ml. We'll calculate this ml into grams. So density is equal to mass upon the volume, and mass is equal to density into volume, which is equal to 1 gram per ml into 18 ml, which comes out to be 18 grams. So 1 mole is equal to molecular mass, the molecular weight. So 1 mole is equal to, automatically the mass of water is 18 grams only. So it is 18 grams. So we get to know that 18 grams of water is equal to 1 mole, and we also know that 1 mole is equal to Avogadro number. The number of molecules in 18 ml of water is Avogadro number, that is equal to Na. Next, we will be calculating the number of molecules in 10 raised to power minus 3 moles of water. We know that 1 mole is equal to Avogadro number. So 10 raised to the power minus 3 moles of water will be equal to 10 raised to the power minus 3 into Avogadro number. So the number of molecules in the fourth part is 10 raised to the power minus 3 Avogadro number. After comparing all the values, the option C is the correct answer. That means 18 ml of water contains the maximum number of molecules of water. The next question is, match the following column with column 2 and choose the correct codes from the options given below. Firstly, 46 grams of sodium I have to search. So we'll start with option B. 6.022 into 10 raised to the power 23 molecules of water is nothing but Avogadro number, which is nothing but 1 mole. Next is 1 mole of any gas. For these options, we have to look. So whatever the easy options I am able to get fast, I'm trying to do that first. That is 1 mole of any gas is equal to Avogadro number. The option is this. I can see that 0.224 liters of oxygen. I know 1 mole is equal to 22.4 liters of oxygen. So it is 2 points behind. So it will be automatically equal to 0.01 mole. Now 1 mole of nitrogen will be equal to 28 grams. 1 gram is of course 1 upon me 28. 84 grams will be equal to 1 upon me 28 into 84, which automatically comes out to be 3 moles. And the left part is, so we can see that कि A option का आपका second option है, तो option code is A part. The next question is on mass percentage, which says that the mass percentage of different elements present in sodium sulfate. The formula for sodium sulfate is Na2SO4, and we have to find the mass percentage of sodium, sulfur, and oxygen in sodium sulfate. Mass percentage of any element in a given compound can be calculated as mass of component or element A upon molar mass of compound into 100. So if I have to calculate the mass percentage of sodium, so I have to write of sodium. Firstly, we need to find the molar mass of the compound. The molar mass of the compound can be calculated twice into mass of sodium, 22.99, plus mass of sulfur, 32.06, plus 4 times the mass of the oxygen, which is 16. We get the total mass as 142.04. So mass percentage of sodium can be calculated as twice the mass of sodium, because we have 2 atoms of sodium in the compound. 2 into 22.99 upon 142.04 into 100 is out to be 32.37 percentage. Mass percentage of sulfur is 2.06 upon 142.04 into 100, 22.57, and the mass percentage of oxygen is calculated by 4 into 16 on the total mass 142.04 into 100, and we get the answer 45.06. The correct option is D part. Next, we have to calculate the mass percentage of the carbon and carbon dioxide, just exactly the same way that we did the last question. The molar mass of carbon dioxide 12 plus 2 times into 16. It comes out to be 44 grams, and the mass percentage of carbon is 12 upon में 44 into 100, which comes out to be 27.27 percentage, and the answer is B part. The next question is on empirical formula, that is the empirical formula and the molecular mass of compound CH2O and 180 grams respectively. What is the molecular formula of the compound? Before doing this question, we must know the relationship, that is molecular mass of compound is given by n factor into empirical formula mass. And in the question, we have been given molecular formula and the molecular mass. And we have not been given empirical formula mass, but we have been given empirical formula, which is CH2O. We can calculate the empirical formula mass, which comes out to be 30. Now, putting everything in the relationship, we have molecular mass as 180, which is n factor into 30. So, n factors comes out to be, which is equal to 6. Once we get the n factor, we can calculate this n factor with the empirical formula and we can find the molecular mass. So molecular formula is equal to n factor into empirical formula, that is 6 into CH2O, which is nothing but 6H12O6. So this is the answer, which is option number C. The next question is find the empirical formula of the compound in which M is 68% and its atomic mass is 34 and the remaining is 32% of oxygen. So we have been given percentage of M, which is equal to 68%. Its atomic mass is 34. Percentage of oxygen is given as 32%, and its atomic mass we already know, that is 16. And we have to find the empirical formula. So let's suppose the empirical formula, we take it as MXOY. So we can find the number of moles of metal, that is by the formula given mass upon me atomic mass comes out to be 2. In the same way, number of molecules for oxygen is 32 upon 16, which is equal to again 2. So the molecular formula is M2O2 and the empirical formula is MO. So the answer is A part. Ninth question says an organic compound on analysis was found to contain 10.06% of carbon, 0.84% of hydrogen, 89.10% of chlorine. So the simple steps to calculate the empirical formula can be given as we have carbon, hydrogen and chlorine. The first step is to write the mass percentage. The atomic mass, we know that carbon has 12, hydrogen is 1 and chlorine is 35.5. To calculate the number of moles, we have the formula given mass upon my molecular mass or atomic mass. So it can be calculated by 10.06 divided by 12, which calculating comes out to be 0.84. This is 0.84 divided by 1, which is equal to 0.84. 89.10 divided by 35.5 comes out to be 2.5. This is the number of moles. Now we have to convert it into simpler ratio. Which can be calculated by dividing the number of moles by the least number of moles. That is 0.84 divided by 0.84 is equal to 1. Here also 1, and 2.5 divided by 0.84 comes out to be 2.9, which is approximately 3. Now we can see that the simple ratio of carbon is 1. The simple ratio for hydrogen is again 1. The simple ratio for chlorine is 3. So the formula comes out to be C1H1 and Cl3, or we can write as CHCl3, which is nothing but option B. Now we will be discussing assertion and reasoning questions. How do we attempt the assertion and reasoning questions? That has been explained in the previous video. You can check that video out. So we will be given two statements. One is assertion and another is reason. and we have to follow the instructions and choose the options from the given options. The first assertion statement says the empirical mass of ethene is half of its molecular mass. So ethene is C2H4 and the empirical formula of ethene is CH2. Now we have to calculate the molecular formula mass, which comes out to be 2 into 12 plus 4 into 1, that is 28. And empirical formula mass is 12 plus 2 into 1, which comes out to be 14. So empirical formula mass is half the molecular mass, which says that assertion is true. The reason statement says the empirical formula represents the simplest whole number ratio of various atoms present in the compound. Of course, this is true. Now we have to find whether the option that we need to pick is option number A or option number B. To choose from option number A and B, we have to write because in between and read both of the statements as together. That is, the empirical mass of ethene is half of its molecular mass because the empirical formula represents the simplest whole number ratio of various atoms present in the compound. Yes, it makes the sense. So the option for question number 10 is A part. Next question is the molar volume of gases changes considerably with temperature and pressure. We know that volume changes with temperature and pressure, so this particular statement is true. Second statement says that the molar volume of substance is the volume obtained by 1 mole of that substance. Of course, this is also true. Now, adding because in between, the molar volume of the gases changes considerably with the temperature and pressure because the molar volume of the substance is the volume occupied by 1 mole of the substance. The reason is not the correct explanation for the assertion. The correct explanation for the assertion is that as the temperature changes or increases, kinetic energy increases, the gas expands, and as the gas expands, it requires more volume, so volume expands. So the answer is B part. The next question is the balancing of chemical equation is based on the law of conservation of mass. The statement is true. And the second statement, that is the reason, that is the total mass of the reactant is equal to the total mass of the product. Yes, this is also true. Adding because in between, the balancing of the chemical equation is based on the conservation of mass because total mass of the reactant is equal to total mass of the product. Correct option is A part. Question number 13 says that one atomic mass unit is defined as 1/12 of mass of carbon 12 atom. Yes, this is true. Carbon 12 isotope is the most abundant isotope of carbon and has been chosen as standard. This is also true, but we have to add because in between. That is, one atomic mass unit is defined as 1/12 of the mass of the carbon 12 atom because carbon 12 is the most abundant isotope of carbon and has been chosen as a standard. No, the reason is not the correct explanation for the assertion. The correct explanation is that as the atomic mass of the element is obtained by the scientist by comparing with the mass of carbon, so it comes out to be close to whole number. Question number 14 says that atomicity of oxygen is 2. Yes, we know that oxygen is O2 and the atomicity is 2. Reason statement says that 1 mole of element contains 6.023 into 10 raised by 23 atoms. This statement is also true. We'll add because in between. The atomicity of oxygen is 2 because 1 mole of element contains 6.023 into 10 raised by 23 atoms. No, this is not the correct reason for the assertion. So the option is B part. The assertion statement of question number 15 says 1 mole of SO2 contains equal number of molecules present in 1 of oxygen. It means that if I say that 1 mole of SO2 contains 6.022 into 10 raised to power 23 molecules and 1 mole of O2 contains 6.022 into 10 raised to power 23 molecules. So this statement is true because both contain number of molecules equal to Avogadro number. So first statement is true. The second statement says that molecular weight of SO2 is half of that of oxygen. For calculating, we have to calculate the molecular mass of SO2 as well as molecular mass of O2. So the molecular mass of SO2 is 32 plus 2 into 10 raised to power 16 is equal to 64 grams per mole, and O2 is 2 into 16, which is equal to 32 grams per mole. And we can see that mass of SO2 is twice the mass of O2. It is not half but twice. So second statement is false. According to this, the option is C part. So this was the end for today's session. Hope it was useful for you. I will be coming with more such videos covering further topics of the same chapter. Thank you and take care.